Okay, let's talk about one of the most important and, let's be honest, sometimes tricky skills you need to master. Skill S15. But forget boring lectures. We're going to do this differently. We're going to follow a story, turning this complex apprenticeship requirement into a case you can actually crack and use in your own job. So first meet Jody. She's smart, driven, and probably a lot like you, an apprentice at a big company called Iva Stores, trying to get everything right. She's got most things down, but there's this one part of her job that's turning into an absolute nightmare. And here it is. This is the big problem. Every single week, she's stuck for hours, pulling data from all these different places, mashing numbers together by hand, and building these reports from scratch. Sound familiar? It's slow, it's tedious, and because she's only human, little mistakes keep slipping through. And those tiny errors, they cause massive headaches later on. And this is where it gets real. Her manager, Riddle, just lays it on the line. The business is literally flying blind, making big, important decisions using old, possibly wrong data. You can feel the pressure, right? The stakes are super high, and it's on Jody to figure out a better way, and fast. So this is the turning point. Jody's stuck, so she goes to her mentor, Adam. And he completely flips the script. He tells her, look, the goal isn't just to make reports faster. It's about thinking in a whole new way. She doesn't need to be a report builder anymore. She needs to become a project detective. And that, right there, is the heart of Skill S15. So what on earth does that mean? Well, being a project detective is all about looking at this giant ocean of messy data and seeing clues, not just numbers. It's about using your analytical skills to find the hidden story, to solve the real problem underneath, and then to present that evidence so clearly that it leads to genuinely smart decisions. It's a total mindset shift. And you know, every great detective has a process, right? You've got to have a system. First, you find your case. That's identifying where your investigation can make a real difference. Next, you use your detective tools, applying analysis techniques to dig into the data. Then, and this is so important, you validate your clues, you check your facts, and finally, you present your case to the jury, your stakeholders. Okay, so knowing the process is one thing, but actually being able to do it, that's a whole other story. Jody can't just decide to be a detective overnight. She needs some serious training, and that's where her coach, Olivia, comes in to help her build those new analytical muscles. See, Olivia gets it. Theory is fine, but you have to get your hands dirty. So she puts together a hands-on training plan for Jody. The whole point is to get her from just knowing the ideas to actually doing them with confidence. Yeah, it's time for a training montage. So here's the fast-forward version of her training. First, Olivia has her map out a whole workflow, just a spot where automation could help. Then they dive into case studies, practicing how to find trends in messy data. Next, Olivia throws her some curveballs, reports with hidden mistakes, to teach her how to validate her work. And finally, Jody practices presenting her findings, so they're sharp, clear, and to the point. Every step is about sharpening a specific tool in her detective kit. All right, training's done. Now it's game time. Jody is ready to take everything she's learned and apply it to that massive, frustrating reporting problem back at Iva Stores. This is where the magic happens. And just look at this transformation. It's like night and day. Before, everything was slow, full of errors, and really just scratching the surface. But now, after applying her skills, the new automated analysis is fast, it's accurate, and this is the best part. It's uncovering these incredible insights that were just lost in the noise before. But here's what it all comes down to: real, measurable results. Check this out. Jody took a process that was eating up an entire 8-hour workday, and she crushed it down to just 1 hour. That's 7 hours of her life she gets back every single week. That's not just a small improvement, that is an absolute game changer. Okay, now for probably the most important part for you as an apprentice. Solving the problem is awesome, but you have to prove you did it. It's time for Jody to build her case file, all the evidence she needs to upload to her Appton portfolio to get credit for this amazing work. So let's get practical. Here's your checklist. You need those before and after process maps. You need the actual reports or dashboards you build. And listen up, because this one's key. You need to show how you validated your work. But don't just show what you did. In your reflection, you have to explain why it mattered. How did your detective work lead to better, smarter decisions? That's the story they need to see. The case is solved, the evidence is logged, there's just one final hurdle, the endpoint assessment, the EPA. This is where the assessors are going to grill Jody and you to make sure you really, truly own this skill. I can almost promise you'll get a question that sounds a lot like this. It seems big and scary, but don't panic. It's not a trick. It's really just an invitation for you to tell your success story. But to tell it well, you need a framework. And here it is, your secret weapon, the STAR method. This thing is your best friend in an EPA. You just walk them through it. Start with the situation, the slow manual reporting, then your task, what you had to do, which was automate and improve it, then all the actions you took, the analysis, the validation, the whole detective process. And you finish with that knockout punch, the result, the 7 hours you saved every week and the faster decisions the business could make. It's simple, it's strong, and it covers everything. So there we have it. We've cracked the case, we've built the evidence file, and we're ready for the final assessment. Let's just lock in the one big idea you need to walk away with. This is it. This is the whole thing. Mastering skill S15 is not about getting better at Excel. It's about changing your professional identity. You stop being a data processor, someone who just moves numbers around. You become a project detective, the person who finds the story, the meaning, the so what in the data. And that makes you absolutely essential. So, I'm gonna leave you with a question to think about. Right now, in your own work, in your own data, there are problems and amazing opportunities just sitting there, hidden. They're waiting for a detective like you to come along and find them. So, what story are you gonna uncover first?